live. It's been like 3, 4 weeks since we've been live. That's what happens when life is insane. You gotta do a lot of stuff. And also, the off season has been pretty boring this year. I'm not gonna lie. Um, it's just like one of those Western films, when someone's sitting in a bar and the tumbleweed tumbles along, and you're just like, nope, it's not even preseason yet. So it is what it is. But we're here. We're live. Hope y'all have a great Thursday. Happy Thursday for those that celebrate out there. It feels good to say that. I'm so excited for the season to start, man, because got a lot to go on for this season, for real. Because it's just we got a lot of changes, throughout the free agency. A lot of new faces looking to carry a franchise. And I think this draft class was insane. I think this is one of the better teams. Turn that off. I think it's one of the best draft classes I've seen in a while. So I'm curious to see how they play out. Just talking to a friend, because mainly this draft class is good because there's a lot of good positional players all around. So a lot of good guys on the line, on both sides. A lot of good underground like receivers, and of course you have Ashton Genty as like the star running back. So it's cute. You got to look out for that position as well. There's a lot of questions, and it's going to get answered, so really excited to see how it goes. But you are watching this video to see about the NFC Division Predictions, because our last video was the AFC Predictions, but this time it's the NFC, and then next week we'll be talking about seeding, essentially, NFC and AFC Championship predictions, and of course Super Bowl predictions. It's never too early. It maybe not be as accurate. However, it's all about the script, so you never know. It is what it is. It cracks me up. Like, what if there really is a script? I don't know. But we don't know. So let's start off with the NFC North, and we're going to roll with the Lions just straight off the bat, because the only note I wrote for them was focused on postseason now. They remind me of a team where they have figured it out almost, in the sense of like they've got it down regular season. They've got their offense, defense, and special teams down. They can win games against anybody, it seems like, the way they play in the regular season. But now after two collapses, back-to-back postseasons, it's just a team now where they're so focused on the postseason that I don't even think that they think about the regular season, but in like a healthy way almost, because I believe in Dan Campbell. I do think Jared Goff can get the job done. It's just... he's already took a team to the Super Bowl. However, that Rams team was really good defensively. But, yeah, I just think they're so locked in. I think the NFC North is a little weak. I think the Bears are good, but there's still a lot of questions, Initially, it was like, can a quarterback save them? Oh, no, a quarterback can't save them. Well, it's the coach, right? And so now it's all about the coach. So we'll see about that. But... yeah, I think the Lions are going to lock in and they're going to get done. I don't think the Vikings are much of a threat. They don't even really know what's going on. Eli says hi. No way, that's my name. That's crazy. I didn't think yeah, hey. But, yeah, Lions going to lock it in. Vikings don't even know their quarterback. The Bears, like I said, just don't even understand. And then for the Packers, there's just a lot of questions. I see them as a wild card team again, but I just think the Lions are going to get it done. For the East, the Eagles, there's nothing that's changed, really. Cool Kid says hi. What's up? What about soccer? I am a huge Man United fan, and it's terrible. And I'm American, so I root for USA, but I do also like France. But we're talking about the NFC divisions of the NFL, so what's up? The Eagles, nothing really changed. So I just think they're going to repeat again, just like the NFC North, where there's not a lot of competition. The Cowboys are going to be Cowboys each year. But, Natalie says hi. Well, hello, Natalie. How are you? But there's not a lot of competition with the Eagles, in that division, in a sense. With the Giants, I didn't think they know who their quarterback's going to be. They have like 4 quarterbacks in the room. The Cowboys, nothing there. And I think the Commanders have a good shot. I just think that the Eagles are light years ahead of them. And I do think that the Commanders have a good shot, at least. Where do I live? I live in America. And then the NFC West, I have the Seahawks. I really don't understand how, like, it won't work out. I really do think that Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp can get it done. Yeah, they're a little bit older. Um, Now this is not who's gonna win, the Super Bowl or anything, but I do believe that he can win him a division. He did it this year, so why can he do it this year or last year? Now why can he do it this year? So it's pretty tough to not go with them because I think the Rams are good, but I think they're gonna be off just a little bit. Not a lot of changes, but I just think the Seahawks. I think they made the right move essentially in the offseason, but I just think they paid too much money. Who am I from? My mother. Moy Khan. What's up, Moy Khan? Hey, please, drop the little emojis. I appreciate it. It does help, I think. But yeah, I think the Cardinals have a good shot too. I love this division. I was thinking about this when I was writing the notes. Like, the NFC West is low key like one of the best divisions out there, just because it's got competition. Like, I feel like almost every year, even with the 49ers, I think being kind of a drop off team this year. Like, I still see them competing. I still see them, staying in the mix until at least the end because they got rid of a lot of guys. So we'll see how that goes. But I just think the Seahawks are the best shot. I think they've set up really well. And I'm a believer in McDonald. I think he can do it. I think that's his last name. I don't know. McDonald? I don't know. The NFC South in the last division. Of course, I got to go with the Birds. I got to go with the Falcons. But I think this is the year where I know a lot of people will say, like, that's what all, Falcons, every other year, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is, like, the most realistic year. Just because we've seen Michael Penix can get the job done. I don't see him dropping games like Kirk Cousins did. Drake London looks there. Kyle Pitts doesn't even have to be great. He just has to be good. And he's been And they've still shown signs of offensive power. The backfield, not even worried about it. A good offensive line. But now this is the key thing. They really need to rely on this young defensive talent. Because with Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. coming in, they're asking a lot from them. And honestly, it makes sense for them to ask this much. Just because they needed an edge rusher and they drafted two of them and they got both of them that they wanted. It did come with a price. However, I think if you're the Falcons, you're willing to make that risk. And I think they did make the right one. It's just about if it'll pan out. And if Jeff Ulbrich, and that's how you say his name, the former Jets DC and interim coach now as the DC for the Falcons, if he can really cook something up and make some good plays done, then we just have to rely on the talent. And I can say we, as a fan, sad fan, it is what it is. But I think they can get the job done. If they can get another cornerback in there, that'd be really good. But I don't know if there's any other talent. Maybe like through a low-key trade. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, that's it for the divisions. It's really about it. Off-season's so slow. It's pretty sad. Like, there's 0 viewers right now. But when it's Thursday in October, everyone's like in. It's so funny to watch. I've done this my 3rd year now, and you can see it each time. All right, NFC North, Lions. NFC West, Eagles. West, Seahawks. South, Falcons. We'll see how that goes. I'm very excited to see how it all turns out. We're going to be a good season this year, but we just got to wait. Seems to be the case. No one's in here, so I'm just going to end it here. Love y'all. Appreciate every single one of y'all that come in. God has truly blessed me with even just a channel, so I'm going to use it as much as I can. But God bless y'all. Be kind to another. And, hold on, got to do it.